welcome to a new video. It is Saturday and we're still kind of doing some sort of birthday celebrations for my boyfriend because the restaurant that I wanted to go to the weekend of his birthday, we couldn't get a table until this weekend. But yeah, I have a voucher, so we are using the voucher together, and the restaurant we're going to is Little Capo, which I think is on some like Michelin, like it's not got a Michelin star, but it's on a Michelin guide, so it's very popular. So it's taken me 5 months to get a table, but we were going there today. But before that, we are going into town. We need to go to John Lewis. I can't really remember what we're going to John Lewis for. Oh, bed sheets. We're going to buy bed sheets. Super exciting. We also have a voucher for there. So yeah, it's a full-on voucher day. I'm just gonna have a chill Saturday, dot about, and then go out for dinner. So I will bring you along with me. Back home. Hilarious the way the weather is at the moment that I leave the house with straight hair and come back with curls or whatever this mess is. But I've got my new AirPods, which I've realised is very good timing because I'm actually going to a book club event on Monday, but I just realised like today I totally forgot about it, and I was meant to get a delivery of the book, but the book hasn't actually been delivered, and I now have 48 hours to listen to the audiobook. So it's good timing that I got these because I can obviously put them in and listen to the audiobook. It's obviously not the end of the world if I haven't read the full book for this book club thing, but I'm kind of stressing that I haven't read it at all. And also I'm hoping that my book does show up because I was looking forward to getting it. But it'll be a lovely evening. I'm excited for it. But yeah, I just suddenly this morning was like, was I meant to read a book for this event? And then I was like, I was, and I don't have the book yet because it's like a brand new book. So I'm going to power through the audiobook now with my lovely new AirPods. So I'm excited. I got the AirPods Pro as well, which will hopefully be a lot better than my last pair. I have been testing out the new AirPods, got them in just now. I've never had noise cancelling headphones before, and it's honestly crazy. It's like blowing my mind how they work. But enjoying having headphones that actually work. I have just been sitting editing a video, which has been fun. I have finally managed to get myself kind of on schedule where I'm not editing the video the day that I'm uploading it. I'm kind of, well, I'm not filming the day that I'm uploading. I'm like filming a week in advance, and that's honestly been so much better. I feel like I've had a bit more time to focus on the editing and actually enjoy it, which is good. But yeah, I'm just chilling before we go out for dinner. We just came back and I had a little sit down and a chill. It was funny, we obviously went to John Lewis, and part of the reason that we went to John Lewis was to get new bed sheets, but we had a gift voucher and I forgot to take the gift voucher with me, so we didn't end up getting bed sheets because I didn't have the gift card. So I will be 100% making sure that I have our little gift voucher that we're taking for dinner, because I do not want to be paying for dinner when we're meant to be getting most of it off. So just classic forgetful me. We had a bit of a kind of flop in general. My boyfriend was looking for a record to buy as well, because we seem to have lots of vouchers between the two of us. At the moment he had a voucher for a record shop, but he could not find the record that was the one that he wanted, so we wandered around but did not purchase very much. Also, actually, I can't remember if I said before we were going out earlier, but one of the main things we were going to John Lewis for was actually to look for buttons for this shirt that I dyed in the last video, but unfortunately they just didn't have any that were the right colour. I wanted like a dark green and they only had really bright green ones, like kind of as bright as the red buttons are, which I just don't think would have gone very well with the green. There was a few nice kind of like dark brown ones and things, but they were all kind of too big because I obviously don't want to have to change the size of the buttonhole or anything, so I need to stick with that kind of like small button size that's on the shirt already. So I will probably take a trip to Hobbycraft or just kind of any other fabric shop at some point in the near future to look there. I just don't think there's really not very many shops of that kind in the center of town, or near where we stay, so I think it'll need to be a bit of a mission in the car. I think there's a Hobbycraft near, is it Fort Kinnaird, I think? So I shall go on a little road trip there maybe next weekend and get that sorted, because I would like to wear my new shirt, but for now I could just admire it hanging in my wardrobe until I get the buttons sorted. Good morning. We had such a nice time last night at Little Capo. I didn't take very many clips because it was just very busy and I didn't want to whap out my camera, but I do have a couple videos that I took on my phone. But the food was honestly absolutely amazing, and it was made even better by the fact that we had a voucher. But yeah, it was so good. We shared a couple of things as well, so it was nice. We had like calamari and zucchini fritters and then pasta and a steak, which I used to be vegetarian, so I've not eaten a steak in honestly like 8 years, and I was a bit like, am I gonna hate this? But it was quite nice. And then we had some tiramisu and it was amazing. I also had a cocktail which was a Negroni Spagliato, which just makes me think of that meme of the girl from House of Dragon, which was the main reason I was like, I actually really want to try this drink. So that was lovely. I am feeling a little bit, teeny tiny bit hungover this morning, very minorly though. So I'm just gonna make myself what's been my like fave weekend breakfast recently, which is fried eggs with crumpets, and then I put ketchup on them, which my boyfriend definitely judges me for the ketchup, but he just doesn't know what he's missing. But yeah, I have my AirPods in so that I can listen to this audiobook for the book club tomorrow, and hope that I can get through as much of it as possible, and hope that I can retain some of it, because I do find with an audiobook that I like don't really remember what I've listened to as well as if I've read a book. But I obviously don't have a copy of the book right now, so I need to just get through it. So that is my plan for today. Hello, it is Monday evening. I'm away to this book club. I just finished listening to the audiobook. I'm not gonna lie, it's been crazy. I ended up having to listen to it on 2 times speed, like all of yesterday, and every minute that it wasn't working today. So my brain is feeling rather full. So I'm hoping that this doesn't mean that I can't remember it at all. Like, I'm honestly so knackered, but I think it's going to be a good evening, and I'm glad that I finished it because I obviously know now what happens in the book and everything, so I can actually talk about it. But yeah, it was a slog listening to that because it was a crazy day at work as well, so my brain is tired, but it's going to be a nice evening. It's at Norloft, which is such a nice hotel, like bar space, so I'm excited. I will try and get some clips whilst I'm there if I'm not feeling too shy. I think this is going to be the last part of the video, but I just wanted to talk about the event, the book club event that I went to on Monday night. It's actually now Friday. I have had a very busy week and I haven't been at home much, so I was waiting so I could film this in daylight. There's also a bike behind me, hence the random saddle that's just sitting there. But yeah, I want to talk about the event. It was at Norloft, which is a lovely hotel just near the train station. And it was honestly such a lovely evening. I feel like it filled me with just absolute inspiration for the rest of the week. I had actually never really heard of the author before I read the book for it. I just saw the event and thought, I want to go to that, it seems cool. But yeah, I'm so glad that I went to the event. It was honestly just so many lovely women, and to hear from the author, her name is Niamh Hargan, and the book is called Nothing Good Happens After 2 a.m. And it's a story, to start with, it was funny, it's a story about bartenders, and I used to be a bartender during uni, and I think to start with I was a bit I'm unsure about this book because it's so bar focused, and I don't know, there was something about it, I just was a bit I don't know, but as I got further and further into it, I really, really enjoyed it. Yeah, it's just a really great story, and I think if you're looking for something to get you out of a reading slump, it's definitely a good book for that. I was just kind of so intrigued by what happens to the two characters that I just wanted to keep reading. It's basically the story of these two bartenders who kind of meet at the beginning of the kind of cocktail scene in London, and their story of their relationship together but also apart from each other, and just kind of how the bar trade is, and how I guess some people really stay in it and are really obsessed with it, and some people it's just something they do for a while and move on, and the whole kind of intoxicating atmosphere that it brings alongside it. I think it definitely is an amazing scene that she's set in the book in terms of the energy and feeling of working in a bar. I think it is that thing of you end up closer with these people than you probably are with anyone else, because you're just in such close proximity to them all the time, and you're kind of up and about at random times of the day. And yeah, it was just amazing how much she captured that. But it was also just amazing to hear from the author herself, her thoughts behind writing the book and things. And it was so interesting to hear that she actually has never worked in a bar. It's not inspired by her. It's just kind of something that she thought of and wanted to write about, which I think is really interesting that she managed to capture it so well. But yeah, she was such an interesting person. So she's actually a TV and entertainment lawyer by day, and then also an author, which is just insane. Just such a cool, inspiring woman. I feel I just love going to events like that because there's always so many interesting women that do so many different things. Some of the girls I was talking to, it's just so interesting to hear what they do for work, and to kind of meet people who are outside your social circle is, yeah, I think it's just such a great thing to do. And I guess I want to talk about just pushing yourself to go to events by yourself. I think that's something that in the past I would have found really scary, but I feel I'm getting better at kind of pushing myself out there and trying to meet new people and do different things without feeling I need to go with somebody. It was just a really, really great evening. And I think there's something so special about going to in-person things and kind of talking about, and everybody having like the same interests and being really passionate about things. So it was just a lovely, lovely evening. So if there's something that you're thinking about going to, but it just makes you nervous, just push yourself out your comfort zone, because you never know what could happen from going to something like that. But yeah, it was honestly just such a great event. So yeah, but I think that's going to be the last of this video. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I will be back next week with another video.